ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my quick recap for Empire Season 5, Episode 11. The episode is entitled In Loving Virtue. Now, the episode starts off with Jamal. He's singing, and I actually like the song. And we see in the background, we see this full... you don't call it a band, I guess you can call it an orchestra, and they were wearing all white, and it was nice symbolism. But that's not what I want to focus on. What I want to focus on is the conversation that Cookie and Lucius were having. Cookie and Lucius at the same time were having this conversation about how Cookie is over it. She's over the lies. She's over the fact that Lucius's life and his actions constantly come back to bite the family, but especially her in the face. It's always something to embarrass her, always something to undermine her, and she's tired of it. Jamal, he comes back to the house because he wants to go and record, and he lets his mama know that, no, sorry, Kai is gone. Kai's gone. And Cookie is like, okay, so this is what we're going to do instead. We're going to focus on the music. That's what we're good at, so he agrees. Andre, and it seems like Andre probably didn't tell his family at the time. Andre, he's out of the hospital, and his girlfriend got him a nice gift. What the heck is this? Is that soap? Oh, Lord. I'm going to wash that out of my hair before it... Anyway, Andre goes and gets this nice briefcase from his girlfriend, who is forever grateful for what he did for her son. And he gets a call from the doctor. The doctor said it was just a blood vessel broken. I said, no, that's not true. But at the time, he did not lie. So I thought maybe it was a lie. Now, oh yeah, I put up a new video on my other channel, Romie Whispers ASMR or ASMR. Please go and check that out. Thank you. Here's the thing. Lucius and Cookie, they're doing this focus group. They're doing it with Giselle, and they have these like young, they look like high schoolers or maybe college students, and they need to see what's the image, the damage that was done to the image of Empire. Did anyone else notice Cookie looked like she was wearing a newspaper dress? Anyway, like wearing the headlines, read all about it. But Lucius interrupts because they're saying all these negative things. And so Cookie comes in, as she always does, to smooth things over. And she lets it be known that their relationship is good. Everything is fine. She was lying, but Lucius said he appreciated it. He didn't realize that she was doing it to protect the company and not just have his back, as she always does. Lucius is now having a company meeting, and he's destroying the tech equipment that Kingsley had because they're going back to how Empire was run. And so again, Cookie has to come in and smooth things over. So everyone is either getting a promotion or more recognition, except for Portia. And I did notice that. Becky is still, I think, like head of A&R. Andre is the CFO. Giselle's the COO, Cookie and Lucius are the co-CEOs, and they're going to, focus back on the artist, focus back on the music. And while all that's going on, Becky and Giselle, because remember, they're a duo. They have no one else that's really looking out for them, so they're going to look out for each other. They decide, well, we need to go and secure our opportunities because you know what that Lion family, here today, gone tomorrow, essentially. So now Treasure, yes, disrespectful, disloyal Treasure, she looks good, but disrespectful, disloyal Treasure decides, I'm gonna go and smooth my way back into the good graces of Cookie and Lucius. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. They told her, well, first, Cookie wanted to fire her, but Lucius actually wanted to show that he had some type of compassion and decided, why don't I go and give you a second chance? Make us some hits, bring in some revenue, you can keep your job. If you can't do that, then you can't stay here. And they told her, go. What are you still doing here? What are you still doing here? So now, Mario's character, he's there, and he's talking to Andre. The thing is, his contract is one of those, I feel like Tamar had a similar contract originally, where he can't really do too many features. Everything has to be approved by the label, and he's upset because Empire wants to do a lot with him, but he can't. So now there's another smaller meeting with Giselle, Lucius, Andre, and Cookie. They're trying to figure out the finances of the company because Kingsley over leveraged the company, made bad investments, almost as if he knew that Empire was gonna like Empire was gonna be taken over and he could leave them to deal with the mess. And because of that, they now have to figure out what are they going to do. What are they going to do to fix things? Apparently, Eddie siphoned a portion of Empire's earnings into a Panamanian, account. So now they're going to have to go and get that money back. That's what Lucius is doing. Lucius talks to Thirsty. Apparently, Thirsty knows Damon Cross. Yes, that's the man that Cookie helped in the elevator when he was having a panic attack. We'll get to that. Apparently, he is also Thirsty's attorney or ex-attorney. So Lucius says, here's how this works. You're going to go and help me out. Got it? Treasure's daughter, because Treasure's daughter, Pound Cake's daughter, that's what I'm calling her right now until she proves herself. Pound Cake's daughter. Pound Cake's daughter is trying to schmooze Cookie with coffee, soy, almond, or milk. But anyway, she wants more responsibilities. She wants a bigger stake. I said, that's not how this company works. And Cookie had to let her know as well. So you come in and 5 minutes later, you think that you can get a promotion when most people wouldn't even get as far as you did? No, you're going to have to try better than that. And I'm glad that she said that because a lot of people feel that type of entitlement. Partial entitlement. Let's talk about Madonna. The Madonna shirt that Tiana was wearing. I said, wait a minute, why is this shirt so dark? Madonna's not black. Anyway, Tiana is talking to Jamal because Jamal is now creative director and for music and all of that. And if you want the highest tracks, you have to go to him. I did like the sound of the song that he had playing in the background. And Tiana was just like, hey, I appreciate you still working with me, even though when Empire was no longer in the hands of your parents, how things got murky. You can say it when you wanted to jump ship and just care about you instead of the people who helped bring you to where you were. Jamal said, you're family. You got my damn nerves, but you're family, so don't worry about it. Now we have this meeting with Damon Cross, and Giselle's there, Cookie's there, Lucius is there, and Cookie's saying, we met before, and he's acting like, no, that didn't happen. Thankfully, Cookie is very smart, so she realizes, okay, it's fine. It'll come back to you eventually. The game plan is this. They're going to go to Panama, and Cookie has to do it because Lucius has meetings. Cookie doesn't fully trust Giselle, which is smart, so she's not going to do that. Have Giselle do it. She'll go instead. Now, Andre tries the nice approach when talking to Mario's... I believe his name's Deshaun. Deshaun's boss at his label that he's actually signed to. Because remember, he got signed officially to a different label when Empire was just trying to become like a management entertainment company. Not the original Empire, the smaller version. Andre brought cash. It did not really work. The guy wasn't paying him too much attention. So Andre kept that in mind. So now we see Treasure. And Treasure is trying to schmooze her way into this Jamal track. And Jamal just has this look of, because she was talking greasy about Tiana. She was saying some not so pleasant things. It was not cute. It was not cool. Jamal was over it. And she apologized, but she said she just wants a shot. And I did like that song. That was from season 1. Nothing to prove. Nothing to lose, so much to prove. And she put her vocals on it. I said, she does sound good. You have to give it to her. She does sound good. We'll see how this goes. Andre realizes, okay, businessman didn't work. Gangsta's gonna have to work. So he goes back, meets up with old record label dude, takes his katana sword, and starts slashing up this piece of armor that looks very old. And so then the guy looked like he was having a conniption. Did anyone else think that at first the guy was handicapped just because of the chair? Anyway, he's not. And apparently Andre found out that the guy has been siphoning off funds in order to pay for hookers and prostitutes. So Andre told him, before I wanted a simple, a couple of features. Now I want the contract. And trust me, he got that contract. And he took that sword. Because at first he was saying, weren't you supposed to be the scholar and your father's supposed to be the thug? Andre said, I'm supposed to be who I am. So eat it. Anyway, Cookie is getting a little too close with Damon. And like I said, he confirms that yes, he knows her. He just couldn't let Lucius find out because Lucius wouldn't have allowed her to come. And he also said, let me do all of the talking. Very misogynistic. And I said, you don't know Cookie if you think that's what's going to happen. Poundcake is talking to Portia, and Poundcake feels like signing Blake would be a great idea. The problem is no one wants to listen to Poundcake's daughter, especially Portia. And Portia got offended when Poundcake's daughter said, excuse me, it's not like your position improved when everyone else was getting raises and you've been here for a while too. That pissed off Portia, but it made her think. It did. So now we have this big event because Giselle and Becky came up with, we need to give our Empire artists attention. Why don't we have them go to Fashion Week? And so Tiana looks great. She's in this like gold and silver metallic look. Treasure looks good too, but Treasure kind of gives me almost Source Awards. And in 2019. And so then they start squabbling because Treasure's trying to steal Tiana's spotlight. Hakeem goes and has looked like baby Bella run up to mommy to get more attention. And then it just goes left because they're being very petty. And I said, don't fight here. Was this inspired by the Nikki Cardi thing? That's what flashed in my mind for like 2.5 seconds. So then Becky had to go and stop them. And then she said, you know what? This is my time. So she started to strike a pose, take pictures. She was eating it up. I said, you go, Becky. Now, Lucius is trying to do this interview that it's not really going too well. Remember, he's trying to make it seem like everything is cool. They want to talk about Kingsley and how Kingsley is Lucius's long-lost son. And thankfully, Thirsty came at the right time, but it had to do with Lucius's mom. Remember, we were all wondering what was going on with his mom. His mom is still in an non-voluntary, psych evaluation place. Extended living situation, and she's like cursing out the staff. She's trying to fight the staff, and so Lucius didn't want to go there, but he did. Now she is one wicked woman, and she's talking down to him. She's saying how we finally share something in common. We both wish that one of our children was never born. And she was just like, you know what, you're evil, and that evil's deep within you. And because he was trying to blame his mother for not having the love and support. I said that does make a huge difference, but as an adult, at some point you're supposed to take charge of your own life and destiny. That's the part that Lucius wasn't doing. He wasn't being accountable enough. And so then he was crying. I said, look at him trying to give his mother, who hates her, that speech. So now Giselle and Becky have to go and talk to Tiana and Treasure. They go and tell them, hey, we have to pay $100,000 that we don't have in order to make sure the pictures don't get out there of you two fighting, because we need positive press. We can't make it look like Empire is floundering and our artists are fighting for attention, even though that's exactly what's going on. What's wrong with you two? The major issue here is that Treasure wants to be the new princess. Jamal comes in and says, Treasure, Tiana is the princess of Empire. Period. She is bona fide bops. She has a proven record. Tiana, you need to stop acting so threatened by the newbie. I said, oh my God. They really saying down Cardi B and Nicki. And you can't tell me any different. You cannot tell me any different. So then they agree because they're going to work on the song together. Jamal's taking off his vocals. He wants to see if they're serious, so they'll have to figure it out. Now, Mario's character is back, and he acknowledges that God works, and God is real. My ex-label boss, release me from the label so now I can sign with Empire. And Andre's like, oh, that's great. Andre set that up. He had the paperwork and everything. Andre smirking. I said, oh, look at you, little Lucius. Little Lucius, but just way smarter. So now Cookie's having a meeting with this man who owns the Panamanian bank or investment firm that Empire's funds were funneled into. And at first, Damon and this guy were talking. And so then Cookie didn't understand language. So she said, you know what, respect, to your language, your beautiful language. But I can tell that this isn't going too well. So what's the problem? The problem is that the man does not want to give that money back. He doesn't want to give that money back. Damon's saying that he'll go and take all of his accounts out of there. No problem. There'll be other places that'll happily take the money, which is true. So then it works. It works with the contingency that I think Cookie said you can have 10% of the funds in the account. I said 90% is better than zero. Okay? So they're agreed. And it just shows how Cookie is there to save the day once again. Portia, and I'm glad that they're giving her more opportunities to rap, because Portia is actually like an aspiring rapper. When I say aspiring, she has songs, she does rap. So she's really a rapper first and a actor second. So she was rapping with Blake, and obviously she killed it. Blake was cool, but she killed it. And here we go with Poundcake's daughter. Give her maybe like one more week, and I'll start using her real name. I know it. I'm just not using it. Poundcake's daughter said, oh, wait a minute, Blake is here? Oh yeah, I signed him. Look, don't get that smirk on your face. I talked to Cookie. She said it was a good idea, so I did it. Bull, did you tell Cookie where the idea came from? No, but I'll happily take any more of your ideas if you have any. And maybe at one point you keep paying your dues, you could get something of your own. And I said, that is really how the entertainment industry is for the most part. So I guess. But I feel like Portia would do right by Poundcake's daughter. If not anyone, it would be Cookie and Portia. Now Cookie, even though she knows it's not a good idea, goes dancing with Damon. And they're dancing, he's spinning her around, they're getting close. And so then he kind of goes in for a kiss, or gives that energy like he wants to go in for a kiss. Cookie said, hold up, sir. What are you doing? And he told her, look, Lucius is cool and all, but you need a man that's going to love you and support you and see you for who you are and value that. And I said, he's not wrong, Cookie. But she said she does have that. She is married to Lucius. She takes her marriage seriously, and she's going to go, pay Damon for his services and bounce because she's not going to be a part of whatever it is he wants her to be a part of. I said, I can only respect that. I don't like it, but I can only respect it. While all that's happening, we then have Andre, who is in the bed with his girl, and they're making out, but then his doctor calls, and his doctor said he wants to see him in the morning. That's not good. That is not good. Thirsty is at the Audi truck, the Jamaican, food truck, and he gets picked up by the FBI. I said, oh, so is Thirsty the mole? They said they know Thirsty represents Lucius as well as Damon, and they need information. And it sounds like because they gave him a choice, I feel like they were more so after Damon. So they said you can either snitch on your current boss or your past boss. Pick a side. Choose a side. What are you gonna do? So he kind of has that look of, oh boy, this is not gonna end well. He doesn't give us a direct answer at that moment, but we know something's going to happen. So now Cookie, she gets in her hotel room and she sees this rose. And she sees the, ferment or something? And it was from Damon. I said, uh-oh. And she enjoyed that rose, but guess who? Think, Lucius. Lucius was there, and Lucius showed her this picture of this property that he bought. And he said that he hears her and he understands what she's saying when it comes to making sure that we do better. He said, he realized he didn't have love and support from his mom, and he took that on out in the world. And now that he knows better, he wants to do better. So he bought the trap house, the crack house that he used to have regular clientele from, and he bought that whole area. And he's like, it didn't cost too much. He's going to turn it into a rehab. I said, okay, that good. That's a life lesson, because we hear about art, especially artists that do that now. So I said, okay, so that really touched Cookie. That really touched Cookie. Now I don't know if their relationship is all good, but they went and had sex, and that was the end of the episode. So that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Later on today, I'll have Star Up, as well as If Loving You Is Wrong. That is back. Thank you.